after she mysteriously vanished 25 days ago.
2822 Eyewitness News reporter Sydney Costas live for us in Stroudsburg. She's got more with the family's concerns tonight. Sydney?
Nick, Candace, 45-year-old Dana Smithers has been missing for nearly a month now. She was last seen here on Stokes Avenue. I spoke to her daughter-in-law today about what Dana was doing that day and when they decided to call police.
Someone doesn't just disappear. You don't just vanish out of the air and are never seen again.
Brianne Farino is the daughter-in-law of Dana Smithers, a Stroudsburg woman who's been missing since Saturday, May 28th.
Dana is very outgoing. She is the type of person who will start up a conversation with you in the grocery store and like you just made a lifelong friend. She is very outgoing. She is she can make anybody laugh.
Farino says that Saturday, Dana went to a street festival at a local restaurant with her 6-year-old daughter. Later that night, she walked a few houses down to a friend's home on Stokes Avenue. That's when she was last seen on a Ring camera after 11 p.m. The next morning, her cell phone and medication left behind at her home with no sign of Dana.
Her purse, her wallet, her car, everything that she would bring, you would bring with you anywhere you go is at the house.
Dana's family reached out to Stroud Area Regional Police after no one heard from her for 2 days. State police have since joined the investigation. On Wednesday, law enforcement searched the area of Glen Park but found nothing. Dana was last wearing black jeans and a burgundy shirt. Farino says each day brings more discouragement and they need the public's help to find her.
Someone has to know something. She has children, she has a small child, and she deserves to have her mom in her life.
Dana's family has been hanging missing person signs in the area just like this one. Anyone with any information on the whereabouts of Dana Smithers is urged to call Stroud Area Regional Police.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to today's read. Now, this read right here is really got me stumped. According to the notes that I have, Dana Smithers, she's 45 years old, from Stroudsburg, hope I'm saying that correctly, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. She went missing on May the 28th of this year. Now, the circumstances that we have, and it's reported by family, I assume, is, get my notes here. She walked to a friend's house 3 houses down. The Ring camera at 11:07 p.m. of her leaving the friend's house is the last time she's seen. Now, she's seen on camera putting her cell phone in her back pocket. And her cell phone was found at home along with her purse, medications, and keys. So she made it home from the friend's house. So she wasn't abducted or ran away from in between going to the friend's house and on her way back to the house. So this is a true mystery because nobody's reported seeing anything, hearing anything, and or knowing anything. And she's got a 6-year-old daughter at home, to which everyone that's spoke about her, her mother, her daughter-in-law, her best friend, states that emphatically she would never leave her 6-year-old. So she's been missing since May the 28th, and still no word, no leads, and hasn't been found. She's been missing for 5 months, so I don't think the woman would probably leave her child either. It's just a convoluted case. So let's ask some questions here and see what the cards come up with here. Let's look at Dana's state of mind the day that she went missing. What was she thinking about? Who was she thinking about? What was on her mind, her state of mind? Why did she walk to her friend's house so late at night? What was her business there? Her reason for going? Why her phone and personal items were left at the house? The events that caused Dana to leave the house so late and without such personal items. This is after returning from her friend's house. Now, circumstances surrounding Dana's disappearance. Reason for the circumstances. Show me who's responsible for Dana's disappearance. Perpetrator. Their motive for making Dana disappear. Something unknown about Dana's disappearance. And open. Okay, now when it comes to the first card, the first question was, what was Dana's state of mind the day that she went missing? And we've got the Seven of Wands reversed. Seven of Wands reversed represents someone that's doubting their purpose, having anxiety and being hesitant about something. It's feeling overwhelmed, hesitant about making decisions. Feeling overwhelmed with continual problems. So it looks like she had a loaded mind that night. Now, the Seven of Wands also indicates a compromise, resolution, or a sharing of territory. That makes me feel like the little girl. Now, it was stated that her and the little girl went to a festival and met the girl's dad there. So this sounds to me like some kind of compromise or resolution that she's come to with the child's father. It's also being involved in a scandal of some sort. So this woman had a loaded mind. It's a Russian roulette of mental. Now the next card for the next question is going to be why she was at her friend's house, why she walked to her friend's house three houses down that late at night, the reason for being there. And this is going to be the Four of Wands reversed. It represents unhappy families, not being made to feel welcomed or your lack of support. Signifies leaving home, being transient, only staying in one place for a short amount of time. Neglect and instability. Now, I did see a post by one of the best friends of Dana's that said that she lived in a family home with her mother. So this looks to me like there wasn't harmonious living in her mother's home. She's unhappy, didn't feel welcome, no support. All right, now the next is why she left her phone and personal items, and that is going to be the Ten of Swords. That represents backstabbing, betrayal, someone bad-mouthing you behind your back, bitterness, enemies. It's a card of ruin, severing ties of a relationship, final goodbyes, being in a dead-end situation. It signifies violence and attacks, and someone playing the victim who's overly dramatic, attention-seeking, and exaggerating. Wow. Now, the relationship on these cards can mean a relationship with anyone. It's not just a romantic relationship. It could be family, friends, a work relationship in general. The events that can transpire to cause her to leave the home again after returning home from her friends is going to be justice. No, Four of Swords, I'm sorry. Four of Swords, I was looking for. That shows you taking a break from a relationship. Shows a need of recovery. Now, this can be recovery mentally or physically. Shows a need for mental space and quite commonly receiving counseling or therapy. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if this is... Let's just go on. Let's put these other cards together. Now, the circumstances surrounding Dana's disappearance. Now, that is the justice reversed. That indicates an injustice or avoidance of karmic justice. Now, it's commonly a situation where you're being unfairly affected by the choices or actions of someone else. This whole card reversed bears the element of dishonesty. Now, it tells you if you've been caught in something, a lie or some transgression, that you just need to confess it, accept the consequences, get it over with. Draw the line, deal with it, get over it, forget it, move on. It's also a legal dispute where the outcome's not what you've been hoping for. And this they being involved in a scandal of some sort. So I wonder what's happening. Something's happened here. Something's happened. Something's happened that it's been public knowledge of as well. It's been something embarrassing. Now, the reasons for them circumstances of the hermit reversed. That's being unfriended by those you trusted. Yeah, I see some kind of public scandal here. I'm not, something that bears the element of dishonesty, something you wouldn't be proud of. Now, because the person is responsible for Dana's disappearance, or the perpetrator, we're gonna have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is shows good company, fun, and an invitation to a social event. I would be interested to know if the child's father invited them to go to the festival. The motive, hangman reversed. That's being impulsive, making rash decisions, making these decisions on the account that you're discontent over something. It's jumping from one bad situation to the next and hanging on to a fantasy. Oh, this looks like the child's father. Him thinking they were going to get back together and work things out. And I'd say that was what the meeting was for. Going to the festival together. And she's told him that she wasn't interested. And something unknown. It's going to be a tower reversed. It's holding on to a relationship that's not meant to last. It's a sudden and dramatic collapse that's inevitable. And it's knowing exactly where you stand with somebody. This is the child's father. An open card is going to be the Seven of Pentacles. That's Seven of Pentacles reversed, excuse me. That's going to show a change of plans and life direction. It's a lack of growth and not finishing what you started. I think this is telling that she's no longer, she's already passed. I will be looking towards the child's father, what his alibi was that night after 11:07. I absolutely would look at that. Maybe we can do a follow-up read on this in a couple of days or so and see what else would be said. But as of now, that's what I'm getting on the cards. I'm getting it wasn't a very happy situation at home either, so maybe this, maybe this forced her to feel like that she had no place to go and no support, that maybe he was the only one there for her. I think it was a smidgen of it at a time, but I don't think she intended to go back to the child's father. I think she was finished. That boat had done sailed. But I don't think it had for him. If I can't have you, nobody can. A lot of that going on these days. I want to thank you for taking your time to go through this read with me. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.